Yeah, Tom and I are fine, so I don't really care what other people think. So it's just what he and I think, and we left the stadium fine, we showed up today fine, so there ain't nothing to talk about.
Reggie Bush is back with us, but Acho, are you buying Tom Brady and Bruce Arians a fine?
I'm not. You know, Reggie, you come on here every now and then. Me and my dog Marcellus, we be on here on the daily.
Third day.
This show is like counseling for me. It's like therapy.
Aww.
And because, a lot of my greatest relational stories, or lack thereof, come through this show. Marcellus always brings up the fact that I'm a single man, but Marcellus, if I can think back, getting into an argument in a previous relationship, and we end the relationship. He's like, "Are you sure you're okay, Emmanuel?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. 2 weeks later, we broken up, Marcellus.
Oh!
Why? Because I'm fine always precludes trouble. You ain't got to answer whether or not you're fine if you actually fine. I don't walk off set answering like, hey, me and Marcellus, yeah, we're fine. Marcellus, yeah, no, we're fine. If you got to clarify whether or not you're fine, Marcellus, that probably means there's a problem and it's not all smiles in paradise. But furthermore, even if they are fine right now, Marcellus, even if everything is good, you only lost to the Saints. Not a big deal. The Saints might even win the Super Bowl this year. That is a valid loss. Week 2, we play the Panthers, another divisional opponent. If Tampa Brady, the man who goes to another city and tries to alternate the name on the spelling of it, if they go out there and lose to the Panthers, I promise you, Marcellus, it will not be fine. So I'm not buying that they're fine because the last tell, there are a couple tells for a liar. Or someone who is lying. Let me not mitigate your character. Let me talk about the situation. Because they say if you're lying, you look left. So if somebody can't look you in the eye and they start looking off camera, they probably lying. But the other thing is,
you look left? You looking left right now?
When you start to chuckle, as you start to answer the question, did you catch BA? He was like, we're fine. I don't know why we're fine. They lying, bro. They not fine. I'm not buying.
Oh my God. I get to answering the questions always, but I always got to chop you up a little bit.
Slice.
You say this show is counseling for you.
It is a little bit of therapeutic.
You're welcome. I expect my money. I expect my money because it's only us here. You're welcome for all that. You also, every time we go to commercial break, people don't get to see this or hear this because it's off mic. You know what Acho always says?
What you talking about?
Oh, that was strong. Strong block. That was a great block. That's a great block. According to you, if it is the reality, why you gotta say it? So maybe it's not as strong a block, a greatest block, because you always say that, but now you got me questioning
He's about our off-camera conversation. He's snitching
I
right
come
now.
from anywhere to get these punches in, damn it. All right, now let me answer the question. Yes, they are fine for several reasons. One is because Bruce Arians just said they fine, damn it. Two, because Tom Brady didn't come out and say we're not. So I take them at their own words. But beyond that, Tom Brady raised his hand to become a Tampa Bay Buck. And when you become a Tampa Bay Buck, there's a few things you already know that comes with the territory. You don't believe me? Ask their last quarterback when you talk about Jameis Winston. And he had glowing remarks to talk about Bruce Arians, despite how candid Bruce Arians is about your performance with the public. So then you get a Tom Brady who comes to the Tampa Bay Bucks. And I don't know if Acho is really diving into the details, but do you remember Tom Brady getting cursed out this offseason for throwing the ball during a walkthrough? And Bruce Arians like, nobody throws the ball during our walkthroughs. And dog cursed Tom Brady. You know what Tom Brady did? Took it to Twitter. Usually when you take it to Twitter, here comes the beef. Tom Brady wrote on Twitter, yeah, I'm used to that, with a laughing emoji. Tom Brady is not tripping on this situation.
Tom Brady don't even tweet for himself.
Bruce Arians.
Somebody runs the social media.
Bruce Arians is the coach that will dog curse you and give you that tough love. That's how he is. He coaches hard, but he's also trying to get you to a greater position as a player and get the team to a greater position in terms of accomplishing goals. It's just that simple.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. When I first read the quote, I was like, oh, yeah, they're good. But then when I heard him say it live, it kind of made me think like,
what's wrong with
maybe they're not good.
Exactly.
Maybe there's something else going on because that just didn't seem like they were good. Like the laughing and the chuckling and that's all that, kind of threw me off too. And this is what I will have to say. I think criticizing Tom Brady one time, okay. But if you keep coming back with it, now you starting to take shots at the throne, and now you're starting to take shots at maybe what he stands for and who he is and what pedigree he comes from and what he's accomplished and all these different things now start to, I think, come to the front line. So I don't know if they're 100% okay, because that interview kind of made me second guess now.
Run that interview back so we can really dissect what Reggie talking about. Let me get that back again.
I don't really care what other people think. So it's just what he and I think. And, we left the stadium fine. We showed up today fine. So there ain't nothing to talk about.
Lying.
He out of breath. At most, I give y'all he out of breath.
Oh, my God.
Big dude.
I don't know, man.
He couldn't even get out. We left the stadium.
Y'all
done? No. Let me real quick, Mark.
Y'all done or
You don't need to laugh to say all
Because
that.
let me give y'all, if you think we're ODing by dissecting Bruce Arians
You
at
are.
the podium, let me give y'all a timeline of exactly what Bruce Arians has said in regard to Tom Brady. June 3rd, a couple months back, Tom, he's been fantastic. He's done it 6 times. I'm glad we get the GOAT. Okay, a month and a half later. Yeah, we'll get through that within a week. I hope the young players can stop being in awe of Tom Brady. Okay, a little bit later, August 13th, he where he needs to be. But what happened on Sunday, Marcellus? It was a miscommunication between he and Mike Evans. He thought Mike was going to the middle, different coverage. On Monday, Tom Brady, he looks like Tom in practice all the time. Kind of unusual to see him play like that in a ball game. Marcellus, everything started great just a couple months ago. Honeymoon phase was sweet. They said their vows to one another, till death do we part, but they forgot to include till a couple interceptions do we bicker, and now they bickering real quick.
Wow. I didn't know that you were that type of person, or
Historian?
you or Reggie Bush. It's amazing, man, that y'all really telling on yourselves, that y'all get to a certain level of achievement. The truth. And you know who you sound like? An idiot right now. You sound like an idiot. You get to a certain level of accomplishment and accolade, and all of a sudden, your ears start to shrink. How dare you say something to me? I better not be hearing that. Y'all can't talk about Reggie Bush. Sound like Reggie Bush at USC still walking around. What'd you say? You can't talk to me. I'm Reggie Bush. And then Nacho get up here. I'm a 29-year-old co-host. You can't talk to me like that. Will y'all stop rolling y'all necks and realize that it's not about how much you've accomplished. It's how much you want to still attain that's in front of you. So I was raised that it was about right and wrong. It wasn't about who you were entitled. If you're doing the right thing, we're good. You're doing the wrong thing, we got to check you on it. It's called accountability. And what Bruce Arians is talking about is not the I's and U's, as we call it. It's the X's and O's. He's just saying, Tom Brady, do what you're supposed to do. And it's that simple. And if I got to tell the world to keep accountability in this locker room, I will. Because everyone is looking up to you, Tom Brady. And I just got rid of a quarterback for throwing interceptions. And I'll be damned if I'm up here protecting you and I got rid of that guy for doing the same damn thing. I'm going to lose this whole locker room trying to protect your GOAT status. And Acho.
That's 7 to 9 locker room?
Acho.
That locker room?
Hey, that locker room that's on the brink. Acho.
What's up, bro? Talk to me.
You know how much I love you, right?
You do.
And you know how much I still tease you in public, because all this is public in terms of criticism. Okay, tell me if I love you after I ask you this.
Talk to me.
Say the word asterisk right now. Oh, did that criticism hurt you? Say the word asterisk right now.
I can say the asterisk. Asterisk.
Hey, Reggie, can you say it? Like, the point is, this criticism doesn't matter if it's public or private, man. Take your lumps. Y'all supposed to be football players. What's up?
Man, come on, listen. If Jameis Winston threw interceptions, right, and Tom Brady coming here throwing interceptions, then
Same treatment.
who do we have to start to look at? Who do we have to start to point the finger at?
The football.
Reggie?
The football, come on, man.
Reggie,
I know you
come
can
on.
keep
Keep going, Reggie.
Tom Brady
Say it with your
supposed to
chest.
be-
What?
Tom Brady, supposed to be the GOAT, comes in. What does he do well? He protects the football. What happens in game 1? Pick 6, another interception, and now the coach is criticizing him on top of that? Like, come on, man. Don't forget who Tom Brady is, all right? He's still the GOAT.
You got something on that?
Preaching. Marcellus.
Your offense. You're not learning his offense.
Look, Marcellus said that Bruce Arians is just trying to keep accountability. Bruce Arians needs to keep account of his abilities or lack thereof.
That was a
Because
bar.
Bruce Arians, he doesn't understand his abilities. I told y'all a couple days ago, but in case you were asleep, which it shouldn't have been, because you should have been watching the show a couple days ago, but I'm going to tell you again. Bruce Arians has coached 5 number 1 overall pick quarterbacks. quarterbacks. Tim Couch, I'm doing this off top of the head.
My dog.
Wilson here. Tim Couch, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Jameis Winston, Carson Palmer. All of those quarterbacks had career high in interceptions under Bruce Arians. So if Bruce Arians is really trying to keep accountability, can he please just keep account of his own abilities? Can he please just keep account of his own inefficiencies? Can he please just keep account of his own deficiencies? Stop going at the GOAT, Bruce Arians. That's not what you want. This ain't what you want.
Man, that was a bar. That is a headline. That is a Wileyism. I am in love with what you just said. But put Reggie Bush back on this screen right now, because I got to push back on the all-time great right here, Reggie Bush. You mean to tell me, between your ears, this is your logic, that if Reggie Bush has a fumbling issue in New Orleans, and then Darren Sproles also has a fumbling issue in New Orleans, then you know who's to blame? Sean Payton. Is that what we doing, Reggie Bush?
How? How is that? How are you
just said two guys who had interception issues with one coach in common, but you're going to blame the coach. I'm listening, Reggie.
Get him, Reggie, because I'm going to get
Tom Brady, I'm going to say this one more time. Tom Brady is learning Bruce Arians' offense. Bruce Arians is not learning Tom Brady's offense.
No,
That's that simple.
He said he was. He said he was.
Here's the other flaw. See, when I was taking what you got to take to get your master's degree, I think it's the GRE. When I was taking my GRE, you have to spot the flaw in someone's logic. That's what you have to do to take that test. The flaw in Marcellus's logic is very simple. Tom Brady